let's go back a little bit more about the music. And I don't know, but as I was mentioning you before, like I don't see that much artists trying different styles, uploading, and still whatever the trend is, whatever like how you perceive it, you will still produce another one that, from what I feel, that look the same or that evolve to another kind of genre, and you keep uploading. Basically, like I see you uploading a lot of stuff. Like like even more. I think like since a few months, like it's going every 3-4 days, and this reminds me a little bit, about like 4, 5, 6 years ago when like SoundCloud was going crazy, and like everyone was just like putting that shit out and it was like, bro, I hope that shit blow up. And they would just keep pushing, and somehow, of course, one song would blow up, and like those dudes would just, right now, all those dudes are like superstar basically. And so, my question was basically like, did you like somehow like keep doing that trend, or like is that like how you've been always been working like?
Dude, because I mean, I'm one of those SoundCloud people from the first generation of SoundCloud. I'm just not in the rap. Like, what I mean from this is like, I was at my grandma's uploading really shit dance tracks to SoundCloud a lot just because it was for free. And
Okay.
that way you could brag to your friends that you got a song online because you had this program or whatever. So I would just upload them, and at some point like start getting followers and people comment and like, okay, like, and then like I don't know, at some point I was playing in festivals outside of my country, getting invited, but like of course that all took time, and well, now SoundCloud is pretty much dead. So I think that people just moved to YouTube, and like this mood never died because like the veteran producers, I'm a veteran producer, like fucking proud. Like I actually feel more awkward in a big studio with assistant and everything because I mean it's cool.
It's not
like
you. It's not only you. Maybe that's what.
I how you say décontracté.
Yeah, it's like it's more professional thing, so you might not feel.
It's more professional, but like
relaxed. You're not relaxed.
If I was going to go and like try to make an album in this kind of studio, I would still just take my laptop, put it in the small table like this, and just plug it to the fucking big speakers and continue working from there. And I can see that a lot of producers that I like they also work like this, and because I know a lot of people that would be like, I get all this equipment and blah blah blah, and actually never use them, and they block their creativity because they're trying to learn to use yet another piece of equipment that of course is super good. Like I'm not going against having nice synths or having like nice racks or like nothing. Like dude, fucking use them. But me, I like it to see it kind of like an esport, like an esport, or like I'm a podcaster or like a blogger of some sorts that so happen that my thing is making dance tracks, but I don't feel it so much like, oh, I need to plan an EP or like
it's more like it's more like a flow.
Well, fuck it, this is cool, let me just upload it here so I can just send you the link, and actually it's also public and a bunch of people are getting a notification. So well, the channel that I used to show people stuff, like it had 0 subscribers because it was just showing people stuff, but now it's got like 600,000 and
yeah, the YouTube, bro, I saw it, I keep watching. It's growing. It's going great, bro.
But it's literally just for sharing music. Like I was sharing it on YouTube because I thought like, okay, SoundCloud's working, but then like SoundCloud kind of started sucking at some point when they started changing all the things. Like, you know, when like do you remember the real old SoundCloud with the gray thing like this in the comments and stuff? And, like,
yeah, bro, that was
beautiful.
Yeah.
Before there was even a SoundCloud app for the phone. Those were the fucking days. Fucking boomer. You know, like.
But you know, I think also that.
And YouTube feels like that.
But YouTube, I think probably also like put you on some other level because you worked a lot with the visual.
When I was working with Guy, like normally all DJs, most DJs, like they will have a cameraman, yes, like but only the big ones or like the headliners or will have an exclusive camera crew. And I mean like mostly people that charge 10,000 up. And this is big for DJs. Like if you hear like if you listen to American rap and you say like I was getting 10 a gig, like no fuck you, I know that for you that's small, but like for these it's different.
Yeah, it's you can't compare, man. It's
It's
two different words. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but me anyway, like I grew up listening to this shit. You know, I grew up watching all of this, and I mean, I want to imitate in some kind of way. You know, so I love that Guy was in this kind of creative mood because before he was making video, he was making music. Also, Guy really loves hip hop. Also, like I mean, we really clicked on a creative level. Like he would come and show me new stuff. So I was like, okay, so you come and record me on every gig. And at this point, it was starting to become like a common practice in Brazil, like to have your own camera crew, you know, like, cause internet, right? And everybody's having like their own little short after movie, but like that was, I don't think it just doesn't have a lot of impact. I think it shows you like, yeah, I have a job and I got to play here and the people screamed and danced and this is the track that I am promoting and follow me on Facebook. Like I think this is what the after movie said. But since some people were actually wanting the after movie and Guy was already coming with me to every show in Brazil and he had his salary and everything, it's not like I was booking him for each gig like you're gonna do this one. It was like it was a monthly salary, so it's like you do whatever the fuck you want, you know, but I give you a song and you give me a video and we see what happens, you know. So every week, like, so every song would have a music video, but a music video that was the after movie of the party. So we would have, I don't know, 3 events on the week and he would condense the 3 events and make a music video out of those for the track that we would upload that week. And that's something that nobody was doing. So that for sure helped me blow up in YouTube, if you consider blowing up like before 1 million. But
no, but you know, I think that helped the whole dynamic, you know, of like this dude is putting work, he is putting those video out, it's looking professional and like it's constant. It's like every week there is one coming.
So then people started doing this, like people like then you started having like the long 1 hour sets from Boom Festival in 4K. Like I remember arriving at Walmart and seeing I think it was Walmart in Mexico and I saw like the video of Loud playing in the Boom Festival in 4K to showcase Philips displays or something like that. And I was like, it's no way that Philips is putting this. And then I go ask and the guy in the Walmart, he was a fucking raver. No, it's me that I put it. You know, but like it, and actually the videos from Boom Festival, like they're fucking beautiful. So me, I think that a lot of people like went to the psytrance because of the aesthetics of it. Like, wow, it looks beautiful. Like, wow, the decoration is beautiful. Like, the fashion is beautiful. Like, I want to look like this. I want to be in this mood, you know. And
like, do you mean like the outside stage when they got all the decoration and everything?
No, like it's like, for example, if you YouTube like any DJ playing at the Boom Festival, like in the recent years in the main stage, like it's just fucking beautiful. Like I mean, like the tents, like the colors are fucking. I mean, I've never been there, but like it looks like it was made for the video, for looking amazing in the video. And this is what I was meaning, like, wow, actually, like the performance on video on YouTube, that's the final product, not the. I mean, of course, playing in the festival is like amazing and everything, but like, wow, now that I can sit, me myself, and watch it, for me it's finished. Now I can replay it and I can see the what was wrong. I don't know, and like when you're playing live, you're just living it in the moment, and that's a different experience. That's the experience for whoever buys the ticket, but for whoever who wants to get to know you or get immersed in your universe, like all of this is way better. It's like saying like, oh, I want to get into fucking Game of Thrones, so you just fucking go on Netflix and watch the complete series. So I want people to feel like this, like, I want to get into Mandragora. I go to fucking YouTube and I have a bunch of episodes, and there is always new ones coming out. And like the people that got in this year fucking hate the generation from 2 years ago, and the people from 2 years ago like hate the generation from other 2 years ago. Like there's like people saying like, I want the old Mandragora back, and then some people, which one, the one of 2018 or the one of 2019? Because for me, I hated 2017. Like, which one of the old ones? I prefer the new one, but they're not so new. You know, so for me, it's more like a YouTube channel. I am more a YouTube channel or like a content vlogger creator than musician. Like
So you see it more like a creating engagement, kind of.
But not engagement like in the words of Facebook of like likes and comments.
No, but of gathering people and like
Wow.
having them like going immersed into your own.
Yeah, like if I told you, let's watch a fucking good video, and then we sit like, oh, that video was cool, you know. Like, oh, that was lit. Like, I love this experience of just smoking a joint and being in the computer and like showing a video to a friend, and the friend like, what the fuck, you know. And then they go back to their computer and try to recreate it, and that's like, that's the thing. Like,
the whole experience, kind of. Like, bringing them to your own experience.
Yeah, like sometimes you're alone at 3 a.m. and you find this fucking video and you're like, oh my god, or this fucking song, and then when you're able to share it to someone and like they get it, it's like that's the best. And like when you're live on the stage, okay, you're showing like your music to a bunch of people and they're getting it and they're not getting it, but on YouTube, like you can even watch it yourself. Like once you made it, it's there. Like it's not when I am performing, it's my problem. You know, I am putting this set and like it's my problem if it doesn't work. And also if I make a shit video, it's my problem if it doesn't work on YouTube. But like once you put the piece of content, like a performance, I can go out on the street and like just make a solo and like scream and stuff, and it was there, and it was not saved in time. It was not registered in a linear way, like in a tape, like in time, like the passage of time, you know. And so for me, the video, like the last thing that you have in YouTube is the register of the passage of time, and it's a time that we lived, and most of the times we cannot come back to these moments. So this is why like I got so much interested in documenting it, and this is why every time I want more serious and more documentary and longer pieces of content, because it's like the 2-hour podcasts that are just fucking filled with wisdom and you don't have time to listen to it all anyways, and you're like, okay, pause it here and tomorrow I continue because I feel like I'm in school and this is important, or else I will die if I don't know this. You know, like,
so you want to be able to revive that moment, kind of.
Yeah, and study it and see what I didn't like and what I liked, and like maybe combine it with something more. Like this is something that athletes do a lot. Like they watch themselves like watch running and like
the team.
Oh, I did this wrong turn, I did this wrong punch, whatever. So for me it's the same. Like when you listen and re-listen and re-listen and re-listen to your song, and like until you try to find something that is wrong, you know. Yes.
So you'll be releasing those kind of Future Prog mix long time, I would say.
The mixtapes.
The mixtapes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like the first time I got to discover your sound was, I think, exactly the same time as the 2017 was released. You know, the one with the psychedelic visual that Leandro took. I think he took the picture. But you doing the Illuminati sign.
Yeah, the Aladdin.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. That was very special because I was not even into psytrance or those, I would say, like kind of like not mainstream electro music. And I remember, like, you know, my sister was like, "Oh, we go to free music," and then she was like, "Oh, there's Mandragora," and because she'd been going to psytrance concert before me, you know, she saw what's that guy named, like Chapelero, in like he was doing a lot of European tour back then. And she was like, "Yeah, I think I know Mandragora." So we were supposed to go to that show. You know, I was doing the organization of some event for the school, and she was late with the train and everything, so we didn't make it. But like, I listened to all your stuff the day before, basically, and I found this Future Prog thing, and I don't know. I keep coming back to that. It's been 4 a.m. and I keep coming back to that joint, especially. I don't know why. So, and I felt that it was very much influenced by reggae, and that's not something that you put a lot. You know, I felt some reggae vibe. I felt some enlightenment vibe. You know, like motivation, like very strong from that mix. And so I wanted maybe you to explain like what's the creative process behind that.
Well, the reggae part, it's because me, I have always loved reggae, like a lot, always. Like actually, Mandragora at some point was going to be called Mandragora Sound System in the beginning. Like if you go really back in the Facebook, in the cover, you will find one art that is it has even like with the colors of Rasta, like a flag like this. It was Mandragora Sound System because it was going to be prog with reggae, because reggae and prog, and so that was kind of like the first things that I wanted to take, because the Future Prog for me is like, first, why Future Prog? Because I love Future, the rapper.
So that was really the name.
I was listening to the DS2. Is not what's the name of the album? Where
the Chopper one,
where
the Kung Fu thing,
where it's called like Serve the Bass and Tony Montana and
so it's pretty old.
Well, that's time after the Sprite one, when he really started going heavy with the autotune, like how he sounds now, you know, like
the what's the name of that song? Karate Shoppe?
DS2 or SD2 or something like this. It had like a weird like purple smoke thing.
Yeah, I see.
It was his
first. Oh yeah, the one with the blue and the pink thing exploding. No.
Look, I will tell you right now.
I think I see. Drake was on it. No.
Yeah.
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 I see.
Okay, it's this one. DS2. DS2.
Yeah. That's. Well, he was already like. I was thinking about those mixtapes because I think 2012, 2013, he was releasing a lot of mixtapes. And those shit was like, it's going stupid, man. Like he was like just going crazy with the other German people were like, yo, that dude is crazy. Then Young Thug got the same vibe, even more crazy. Like, and
it's not got the same vibe. But okay.
He took it, like he took the auto-tune part, bro. Like when he did like Stoner. Like, first time you listen to Stoner, bro, you don't understand what's going on. Like, it's back then.
Pretty weird.
Like, Sam with Wiz Khalifa with them boys, you listen to that for the first time, man. I still remember the first time I get into the headphone, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What is that? What is that? Like, the first time.
Until today, Young Thug has not grown on me. It's weird.
You know?
That's maybe my ears' fault. I love some songs of Young Thug, but like...
Bro, he is awesome.
But when I say future, it's because I was loving the sound of this guy, but at the same time, you were having the future house explosion and the future bass and all of this kind of stuff. And I was like, why there is not future prog? You know? And I was like, okay, but then I thought like future prog, like I cannot make the rules for future prog if it's because the future is always coming and it's always changing as we're always living in the present and as we're always going in this line of passage of time or whatever. Actually, future prog is me in the present trying to interpret what is going to come in the next 2-3 years. It's like a trend forecasting system, you know? Like
because future and prog are basically two opposite words.
Yes, but like prog is when I mean prog, I mean like progressive trance, progressive psychedelic trance, like more like coming from what the guys in Ivoga Records did. And then it just blew up, and then you had Spin Twist, and then Captain Hook, and all of this, and Ace Ventura, and they become super big. And so for me, this was prog. So for me, what this, but from the future, like what is going to be working in 2 years? This is my question. Like, so I started noticing that it's kind of possible to see this, like, because there are companies that work on this, like the WSGN or like Pantone, and they are trying to like tell you like, oh, this is the colors that are going to be working in the future. Why? They give explanations, and a lot of the times they're spot on. Like, and they take like 2 years to arrive. Like this baby blue kind of blue thing was the color of the year. Like, I don't know if it was last year or before last year, but only now it's starting to arrive in all of the mass produced fashion things shops. So, and I feel like, for example, it's the same thing. Like when you get like something from an underground designer that is going to start popping in the future, like it's the same thing. He's working in the same space that is going to arrive in Zara in 2 years, you know? You're going to be like, oh fuck, I already saw this shit with Jojo. Well, it's Zara. You know, like it's weird. But it's not weird, it's just the passage of time, and this is the time traveling between people. Time traveling between people, not people traveling in time. And
yes,
so for me, this is the concept of future prog. Is not like these textures or this kick and bass. Is like, what do you think? Maybe future prog can sound old school if whatever is coming in the future is going to be old school sounding. Like today, like rave sounds super old school. So fucking bring it on. It's okay, and that's future because it's futuristic. Like the Supersonics, it looks so retro right now, but it's a futuristic cartoon. But they put so many rules to aesthetics that it cannot evolve with it. So
that's why basically this
it's
sounds,
a philosophy of psytrance production, I guess, more than a genre.
But so that means that's one of the reasons why it's never the same.
Yeah, because it's more like predictions
because I see that like every year, you know, it's not the same vibe. Sometimes it keep coming back. I felt that maybe the one that you released that year, like this year, was similar to the, I think, 2014 or something like that.
Yeah, because all this shit's coming back.
That's what I felt, you know. And I was like, oh, he's bringing this one back now.
Not only is it coming back with me, it's coming back like in the mainstream. Like one of the there is this song it's called Pantera. Dun, 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 dun. Like the French people know this shit. The young French people. But like it sounds like the really ridiculous songs that I used to do before, you know, but like no, it's not the people from the Psy that are listening, from the Psytrance that are listening to this. It's just like people in the mainstream dance music thing. And then you see that, oh, all of this came all the way here and they don't even know where the fuck it's coming from. It's like and like or they don't even know where they're going to evolve this, because a lot of like lines of sound, like it's like when you're playing chess and you have like some moves or tic-tac-toe and you already know when they are going to kill you. I'm going to do this and then you do this and then I'm doing this and I want to play, you know, like, okay, we start again. Okay. You know, it feels like this. Like it's a tic-tac-toe game that it's always playing, because what I find it funny is like sometimes I do some prediction, I think that this didn't work, and then in 2 years like, whoa, everybody's playing this shit that I did. Okay, maybe I continue doing this shit, or maybe I just change it literally a lot to see if they change again. And I really love to see that when I can do something, it affects the production of others. Like before, I would get so fucking pissed. Fucking copying. Now I'm like, wow, I was able to affect the simulation. You know? So,
Yeah. Okay.
That's Future Prog.
Have you ever like explained it that way?
Maybe only on Twitch.
Was
On really long streams. But I know that you're recording this book, so I'm getting it out of my head.
Yeah, yeah. I think that makes really sense. Like why you would be back, sometime too, because. And so I think on that one, 2017, you used some vocals from an interview about a jacket. You remember that?
What a jacket! What is it saying?
I think you took that from an interview of Wiz Khalifa when he was touring Europe.
Probably, I don't remember.
Like it was basically the interview was that there is a dude coming to make some jokes, and he's already planned everything. So he's going to Wiz and he's saying a lot of bullshit, and in 2 seconds he get like ejected. The security took him out, and they talk about like, yeah, you're wearing a suit because like you want to make it look like you don't know what you're talking about.
You're speaking about the Future Prog Mixtape 2017.
Yeah, this one.
This is the one you like.
That's my favorite.
Because that's the one I made after I took acid listening to The Life of Pablo. I made it literally the next day on the Calm Down.
Bro, that's my...
So I was like, I need to get everything that came into my head after this, like... Bro, so it's been since 2017 that I'm like, how the fuck are they doing this black magic, like, it's fucking trying. So I'm fucking happy you like this one.
I keep going back, bro. And it's like sometimes there's one and you keep going back, and that one is like...
Yeah, because this is the reference for everything that I'm doing now. It's like the really, really beta, like the really, really test version. This one mixtape all made in one day. Fuck it. This kind of mixtape is super raw, but like...
It's crazy, bro.
But I was able to like... just get the idea out of my head, and it's this, and until today I'm just really trying to make like this like hybrid thing,
It's very hybrid. I felt it very. That's what I was thinking about reggae, hip hop, like so fucking high BPM in it, and like it's just like the whole structure has a different
like
vibe. I think.
Also, I wanted to be like the DJ Khaled of psytrance on this album, because I was like, okay, I don't know how I can get The Weeknd to sing in my track. I don't know how I can get a Kanye verse in my tracks. I'm just gonna fucking rip it off interviews. I'm gonna auto-tune them, like auto-tune the news and yeah. Is that The Weeknd? Yes.
But
why not? Because this is the part that normally The Weeknd enters, Yes. So
But even by ripping those
sue me,
bro. Even by ripping
clear the sample.
You don't care, but like. Even by ripping them, whatever, like I felt that the whole vibe you created with that one was different. Like it felt like, there is like party music, there is like inspiration music, there's like a lot of things. You see them like basically on those big mainstream albums, like artists, hip hop, like they always have like some motivation song, there is always one in each album, and I really felt the strong like go get it, like
yes, exactly. It's
from that set, the whole.
It's a motivational thing. Like, okay, like maybe now you are sitting in your house and you would really fucking like to have a song with The Weeknd. So fucking download the fucking vocal from the internet. Like it's there. Fucking try it. Maybe it's going to be good and you're going to learn something from doing it. And maybe like what I'm recommending you to do is not like the best thing to do in your future, but like fucking do it, because you don't know whatever is going to come out of it. Like. Me, I hope like at some point like this guy sees it and he's like, fuck you, and then there's like a blog post about it, and like everybody wants to fucking listen to the track that got taken down, and then it needs to be cleared because actually he wanted back, and like it happens like, and like the more you shoot, like the more chances of this to happen, and the more chances that your music gets notoriety. So at some point, like maybe they will be asked to be bootleg, like yes, please bootleg me. Like I don't know, like at least that's my goal,
Like yeah, just
like,
the fact that they will.
Like it would be an honor to be sampled by Fatboy Slim, wouldn't it? I want to arrive in this kind of point that is like I got sampled by the Prodigy. Yeah, well, we still don't receive the papers, but when they arrive, like.
But that's funny that you said
That's
that
a fucking thing. Like, just fucking get it. Like, it's got songs about the industry. Like, some that say like, you told me I don't know how to make psytrance, but it's here. Or like, people are very exigent about the song, so I just give them whatever the fuck they want. But actually, no. Like, speaking like about social, like, geopolitical issues and all of this in a psytrance R&B album. Like, and this is why it fucking flopped. The next day I went to play it in a festival, like they fucking booed me. Like the first time that they booed me in Sao Paulo, and I was like 1 year without playing good in Sao Paulo because they were like, it's too commercial, it's too trap.
Which one? This one?
This one.
Yeah.
Dude.
No.
And this when I met you and I fucking told you, but this you're saying no, but you didn't live it. You were not in this fucking festival.
No, I believe you. But
like you can ask Anna, like if Anna is watching this, she knows that after I played this fucking set, like it was only downhill in Sao Paulo until Codeine came out. Like for real, because like I was in this moment, I was really inside the psytrance thing. And to arrive with people were not knowing me for being so fucking weird. You know me after this point. But the people that don't, like for example, like Janos is here. And but I remember when we were in Ibiza and I told you like, fuck, I'm fucking depressed and stuff. And I made the high-tech song in your house and stuff. Like after this, everything is changed, because I'm like, well, fuck it. I make the high-tech. I make the one with hip-hop and stuff. And of course, a lot of people start saying like, wow, this is shit. You are going out. And they were already saying it before. But the more I keep doing it and the more I keep doing it, the more that they start getting themselves used and habituated to the fact that this is what I do. And they're like, wow, this is the weird guy that is doing weird samples all the time, doing weird fucking thing. And like, it's this. And no, actually, it's what they expect. And if I did it normal, they would be like, wow, it's boring now. So...
but you expand also your public by doing that.
Of course, but that's the fucking... That's what when they say like...
Because you don't say yes to a certain type of track. Say yes to whatever you want to produce.
To whatever feels right, and also to whatever I feel like is going to work. And when I mean it's going to work, like of course I need to please myself when I make the track, but also the track is going to be used in a public place where people are paying ticket, where people are getting drunk and basically spending their time, maybe fighting with their family to be... I don't know. So at the same time, you need to be responsible.
You've been releasing... If there would be an official project that you consider as an album, would it be like the 3 discs that you put out, like this 1, 2, and 3, or was this like experimental?
No, they are all mixtapes. Okay. I don't feel like I have a debut album. Like they're cataloged as albums. Maybe I call them albums, but they're not albums. They're not like a solid piece of work.
Okay. So they still this to build then like produced album.
Yeah, like I really want to make an album, like a real album, like for sure. So yeah.
And would it be like with featurings on it, or what would be your goal with this? Because if you got all those mixtapes, you got already like so-called album, because I don't think right now.
I would love to collaborate with some artists that I love, like that's for sure. But like if I produce an album, like the focus, it's not going to be on the features. Like of course I would love to get some heavy features like that would help the album like sales wise, but I wouldn't choose the features like in that way, or like make a heavy feature album just to make it like a heavy feature album. Like I guess if I had like, let's say like the opportunity to choose, like I would just choose like what I really think would fit with the concept that I'm working in the moment, and just try to produce it like in a really, really good way. Like I would like to arrange a team of people for songwriting, of people for making beats, of people for recording, of people for performing lyrics and stuff, and like in the end getting like a lot of pieces of audio, and I'm the one that stitches it together, like put everything together. And so like we couldn't tell like if the album would be like trance or if it would be like hip hop or if it would be like a house or like no, it would probably have a housey track and a hip hoppy track and a trancey track, and I would choose who sounds better on this thing, or maybe this one is instrumental, or I don't know, maybe on this one I sing. I don't know, I don't care. Like I just want that when I make an album, it's like a fucking like a visit to a museum, like what I have heard from the fucking artists that I admire. So that's the thing, like I can listen to an album from Spongol and I can be like fucking, I can lose my mind, and the same with one from Kanye and the same with one from Nirvana, but I don't feel that I have ever told a story in that way. And I'm still getting prepared to arrive there and be able to call something like, wow, this is my album from start to finish, is designed to listen from start to finish. Close your eyes, go to the cinema, and that, I mean, I want this, like the final thing. And then after this, maybe you make another album that flops, and then another one that works, and like you will like this, but the debut album, I don't know. Yeah. The one that is only called Mandragora don't exist, you know. And I hope I arrive to feel confident in a set of tracks that I can only say like, this is Mandragora, and you're listening to it. You know, and officially,
like without coming back, that would be the first one, and this is we set it up, like it's
all of this that you have seen for me it all has been rehearsal. Like we're getting ready for whatever we're gonna fucking do. How? I don't know. It's like the Sex Pistols. I know what I want, don't know how to get it. I want to destroy, you know. So yes. All right. What's this?
Alright, so then, I wanted to say you a quote. I was reading some book and I found that one too. Ended up the interview. So, just let me know what you think. It was about like, basically the book was about 3 circles, and in each circle you had like principle, like, you know, from 3 to 6 principle, and where you were moving to the second circle, those get more complex, you know. For example, the first one would be basically like how to talk to people, you know, interact with people, and then it would be more about entrepreneurship, like how you set up your goal, how you want to make that thing happen, and how do you reach, and then you go to the third circle, and things start to get like very hard here, you know, because like you already like...
Now that you're here,
like,
the fuck you gonna do with it?
And they were like saying, you know, that basically like something like 95% of the people reach the second one, but to get to the third one, that was like 1% or 2% of the population, because this is where you get all those different aspects of communication, like respect and evolution. And so basically how they ended up the book was saying that a true entrepreneur sees the world for what it can be, not for what it is currently. His drive and patience never resolves around the reward, but the journey itself and the birth of innovation.
That's Future Prog, bitch.
And you know, I felt that was a good way, you know, to end up this interview, and that you would probably like those few words. And so yeah, maybe on a final motivation note, you could probably say something to the audience about, like, I think you already talk a lot more from what I've seen so far about, like, you know, positive stuff and like your vision, but you could probably like say a few like motivation words for the audience if you got something to say.
Just do it. Impossible is nothing. I'm loving it.
And thank you guys for tuning in. So it was a very beautiful day, closing up the festival, and yeah, I hope you like this basically first talk with Mandragora, and we will bring some more later on when the project is there, the debut album, whatever. Just keep posted.
Wait for the album.
Still waiting for the album.
Still waiting for it.
Still waiting for the album. Thank you, bro.
Man, fucking amazing.
That was good.